again, your girl Shy Gemini, and I just wanted to come in here and talk to you guys about a serious subject, actually. Um, some events that took place last week in Philly. Two young men went into a Starbucks in Philly, and they were waiting on another friend. I'm assuming that they were doing like a business transaction with this person. They asked to use the washroom and to get the code to the bathroom, because most Starbucks, you do have to have a code. So they were denied the code, and I'm guessing told that they have to buy something. So they just did whatever, went, sat down, continued to wait for their friend, and then the manager got nervous, or I don't know, called the police and basically told them that these two gentlemen that they weren't buying anything and they were trespassing. So the police come, and it wasn't one police officer, it wasn't two police officers, it wasn't three police officers. I think I've seen maybe 4 or 5 police officers come into that restaurant to arrest two men who, from what I saw, weren't even causing a scene. They were calm. So they come in and they arrest them, take them out in handcuffs. And the crazy thing about that is that when they were taking them out, the friend that they were meeting was coming in. And to my surprise, he was not a black man, he was white. And he's coming in like, what the hell is going on here? Like, they wouldn't do anything. What did they do? And they had a ton of people in the restaurant vouching for them, including white patrons, saying they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. They still carted them off to jail. Now, you would think if several patrons in the Starbucks are vouching for them, saying they did not do anything, that the police would at least just tell them to leave. Even though that's still wrong, you have to leave. No, they took them to jail. They sat in the jail for 8 hours. 8 hours, okay? They sat there, and then the prosecutor actually had no choice but to release them for a lack of evidence. And I'm thinking, duh, like, they told you all from the beginning they didn't do anything, but you guys still took them to jail and made them sit for 8 fucking hours. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But you know what? Yes, I can. I can't believe it. Anyway, so, of course, protests started. People were out in droves protesting, going to that specific store, calling for that manager to be fired. And of course, they didn't want to fire them. And the protesters' argument was like, no, we can't start a dialogue about this until you fire that person. And again, they were really reluctant and wanted to let that person go. And I'm going to be devil's advocate. I kind of see why. Because people know that people have livelihoods and they have a household that they more than likely have to maintain. So they may not necessarily want to fire her, but maybe train her on how to have an unbiased, opinion. But the pressure, that heat was on them, baby. That heat was on them. They could not let that go. So in the last couple of days, they've decided to fire her. And they had no choice, to be honest. I'm sorry. They had no choice. The CEO himself, I think his name was Mr. Kevin Johnson. he came and he's been on like this media tour of apologizing and saying he's sorry and that's not what they're about. And on some of the interviews, he actually looked like he was crying. So he could be really remorseful, or he could be thinking about, I don't know. He seems sincere. I have no clue. But he apologized. He flew out right away. He wanted to meet the two guys. So from my understanding, they have met. So I thought that was commendable. I don't know if they're going to sue or what. I learned one of the guys' name. His name is Rasan. The other one, I don't think they've released yet because I've looked all over and I haven't seen it. But they're saying that they're college-educated black men, fraternity. They're in fraternities. Well, at least one is Rashawn. So I'm not understanding how this can happen. Next month, the CEO also announced that they're going to be closing down all of the Starbucks. On the 29th, after Memorial Day. And they're going to make them all go to like a sensitivity training. It's called exactly, what is it called? Unconscious bias training. I don't know how I feel about that, y'all, because it's 2018. Why do we have to have this going on? You should have common sense and know that you can't discriminate against somebody because of the color of their skin or their religious beliefs or their sexual orientation. You can't do that. So why do we have to constantly remind people of that? That's so mind-blowing to me, but I'm guessing it's necessary. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, they're going to close down all of the Starbucks. So people seem to be pleased with it. Honestly, I feel like it's a waste. It's going to continue to happen, and I hate to be negative and think like that, but honestly, I feel like it's going to be a waste of time, but we'll see. Another incident happened with Starbucks. This guy taped them giving this Caucasian man the code to the bathroom before he made a purchase. But they had just told him that he couldn't go in there without a purchase. So, of course, that started an argument with the girl at the front. She said she was the manager. So I'm wondering how they're going to handle that. But my personal opinion, I don't want to take my food. I don't want to order my food, take it in there in the bathroom. Like, I don't want to do that. So how should they handle that? Honestly, how should they handle that? Because that's a public restroom. It's nasty. It's unsanitary. And I mean, most of the time, Starbucks bathrooms are clean. But still, the fact that people have had their ass out. Like, I don't want to take my food into a bathroom. So how should they handle that? And it can't be on a sometime thing. Like, you have to have set rules. So I don't know how they're gonna handle that, but Starbucks been acting a fool lately. These last couple of days, I don't know, but I'm just so interested to see what's gonna come from this unbiased training. Like, what are they gonna uncover? I wish that people that are not of color would admit that there is fear of people of color, and sometimes we do definitely fear things that we don't understand and that is different from us. Some of it is hate. Yes, it is pure hate. I hate you. I don't know why, or maybe it was passed down to me, but I hate you. But some of it is fear. It's genuine fear. Honestly, I want to ask you guys, what do you think in this unbiased unconscious bias training? What should they cover? What do you think they should really talk about? Should they be honest and say, okay, there's a fear there? Like, what should they cover? to really fully get people to get it and understand that it's not okay. You know, I don't know, but it's a shame that in this day and age that we still have to deal with this. I never thought in a million years that I would see some of the things that my great grandmother saw, my grandmother saw, my parents, they experienced. Never thought I would see that. And now my daughter, like, she's seeing all this stuff going on. So I don't know. You guys, again, tell me what you think and what you think this unconscious bias training should cover. So let me know. Leave it in the comments. All right, guys. 9:15 here. I am hella tired. I think it's time for me to go to bed so I can get up and go to work tomorrow. 2 more days, counting down. I just need to win the lottery or something. Like, shit. All right, y'all, for real. I hope you all have a good night. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Subscribe. Share. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.